News with Kelly Gregg.
Good evening. Provincial police are trying a new tactic in an effort to identify potential cases of domestic violence. They're contacting the spouses of licensed gun owners to check on their safety and well-being. Matt Gilmore has that story.
I know your mom is a great baker, so I should be good.
Over the years, there have been numerous campaigns to try to curb intimate partner violence. Now the SQ is going beyond awareness.
We do random public safety calls to the spouses of firearm license holders with the objective of breaking that barrier, making that initial contact.
The call goes something like this. An officer will ask whether the spouse has any concern or fear for their safety. If the answer is yes, the case is transferred to an investigator.
We want to remove firearms from the households where there's a potential risk.
Otherwise, the call ends.
We've been getting a lot of responses of people being appreciative of the call, mostly surprised.
For advocates working with victims of domestic violence, the presence of a gun in the home is a major red flag.
For our workers, when they hear that, I mean, this is something that's really, elevates the danger level to 200%.
Melpa Camateros says proactive measures like this and a new Quebec bill that would allow people to obtain the conjugal violence history of their partners are steps in the right direction.
What we're looking at is to bolster the whole system. More resources, more awareness.
Canada's gun owners lobby says while supportive of initiatives to prevent domestic violence, they do wonder how high the bar will be for confiscation.
But I would be curious what these questions are and at what level do they start revoking licenses.
The SQ says each case would require a thorough investigation. And the Firearms Act of Canada lays out specific criteria for revoking licenses.
We always took domestic violence very seriously as it doesn't mix well with firearms. That's the basis, and the uptick of feminicides and is definitely a motivation.
There's been a 150% increase in tips called in by spouses to the SQ Firearms Bureau in the past 6 months. Police are encouraging more people to reach out if they're concerned for their safety. Matt Gilmore, CTV News.
The Quebec government wants to ban energy drinks for those under 16 years old. It tabled a bill to do it, but one MNA could stall that process. Sweet Rassi reports.
It was an emotional day at the National Assembly. Quebec Health Minister Sonia Bélanger standing beside the parents of Zachary Miron. The 15-year-old died in 2024 after consuming an energy drink while on ADHD medication.
Je suis persuadée que nous pouvons faire une différence.
His death prompted calls for banning the sale of energy drinks for those under 16 years old. And today, the CAQ government tabled Bill 9 to do just that. Alongside the health minister were members of the opposition parties, except for one, the only conservative MNA, Maïté Blanchette-Vézina.
Nous, on est prêt à avancer même avec une prolongation de session.
She says she's not against the bill. What she's against is rushing it. She'd like consultation, since unanimous support is needed to fast-track the bill before the session ends. It means without her support, the bill could get blocked. But she says she's willing to extend the session to allow for hearings. The Canadian Beverage Association, which represents brands like Red Bull and Monster, says it too wants consultations before any ban is adopted.
These are products that have been available for sale for a very long time in Canada and around the globe, and they're safe. And we have very strict guidelines from Health Canada.
While the MNA is facing criticism from opposition parties and the CAQ government, for the grieving parents,
I'm hopeful.
Hopeful the bill passes before the National Assembly ends next Friday. Sweet Rassi, CTV News, Quebec City.
The Liberals have now come out firmly against applying Bill 101 to adult educational and vocational training. The proposal is part of the CAQ's Bill 8, meaning most Quebecers who take those courses would have to do it in French only. Only Anglophones with a certificate of eligibility could still take courses in English. The Liberals said they will oppose it because it would discourage adults from returning to school.
Donc si on leur dit, OK, ben vous devez absolument le faire en français, il n'y a absolument aucune garantie que ces personnes-là vont aller suivre leur formation professionnelle en français.
The Liberals say it would be better to spend more money on French courses for adults. And the chief of Ganawage says First Nations people would need to be exempt from Bill 8. Cody Daibo says the community is majority English speaking due to policies enacted generations ago. And while its citizens can contribute to the shortage of tradespeople, most require training in English.
There's definitely tens of thousands of jobs that are in the blue collar sector, vocational, that Quebec is already severely lacking in. And yet they're going to do this, which is going to even push out the English-speaking people, like their own citizens, to go into Ontario. Like, you're going to see a mass exodus of people in Quebec, which is going to affect their economy. First Nations are more than capable of filling in the gaps, but when you're putting constant restrictions and roadblocks in our way, it's difficult. And then people...
Daibo says there are already many people living in Quebec who need to be educated in Ontario and the U.S., and they cannot even work in Ganawage or Quebec because of professional exams that are only in French. Montreal police have arrested a man in connection with an attempted arson on a synagogue in Westmount. The 38-year-old faces several charges, including arson. Angela McKenzie reports.
This is what remains of an attempted arson attack. It happened just outside Rabbi Lisa Greshko's study at Temple Emmanuel Beth Shalom in Westmount.
It was a serious incident, and it was also a best-case scenario. It could have been much worse. And thanks to protections and quick action, it wasn't worse.
According to Montreal police, Westmount public security officers managed to apprehend a suspect, a 38-year-old man, just after midnight. The fire department quickly put out the flames. Rabbi Greshko says only smoke got into the building.
Memory is short, but just last spring there was a swastika right on this wall that's beside me, and the Canadian Jewish community, like the Jewish community in Australia, in England and elsewhere, has said not only are these incidents increasing, they're intensifying, right, and escalating.
Montreal's Holocaust Museum has seen online hate on its social media.
There's always been anti-Semitism. Of course, online we see a lot of it, but now what we're seeing in Montreal is that it's really moving out of the corners of the internet and into our real lives.
The museum's head of communications, Sarah Fogg, says they've always had a strong security plan for the museum's future home, set to open in 2027.
Combating hate, combating anti-Semitism has to take place on so many different fronts, and our museum really represents the role of education in changing the way that people think, changing our perceptions of each other, and educating people about the importance of combating hate.
According to Statistics Canada, the number of anti-Semitic hate crimes in the country nearly tripled between 2020 and 2024. Earlier this week, Prime Minister Mark Carney said the country was in a crisis of anti-Semitism, and he announced a new faith advisory council.
The council has a clear mission to combat racism and hate in all their forms.
But Rabbi Greshko wants to see action beyond the creation of more committees.
We're not going anywhere. We have something incredibly beautiful in this place, and we're not giving up on it. And we don't want our neighbors and our leaders to give up on it either.
The police investigation is ongoing. Angela McKenzie, CTV News.
Montreal police arrested a woman in connection with an overnight stabbing. Witnesses said two women and a man were arguing on Bélanger near Chateaubriand around midnight. When emergency crews arrived, they took the 34-year-old man to hospital to be treated for stab wounds. A 40-year-old woman was arrested nearby. Police are also looking for the other woman. The future of Villa Maria High School is still uncertain. The owners of the land want to sell, but it's not clear if the school will remain or move somewhere else. Matt Grillo reports.
Villa Maria is a private school that's operated for more than 170 years. It sits on land owned by the Sisters of the Congregation of Notre Dame. But in recent years, there's been a lot of concern for the school's future because the nuns want to sell.
It would be a sad day to see Villa Maria close in NDG. We hope to avoid that.
It's not clear what will happen with this large piece of land. For years, parents in the local community have fought to keep Villa Maria from moving, and the school's future could be determined in the next few months. The school's board says it will table recommendations to the congregation by late June.
The mandate that was given to the board is to find a sustainable, long-term vision for the school. So That's what we have in mind.
Suzanne Gouin hopes for a final decision by the start of the upcoming school year. In the meantime, she is asking people to be patient.
We're working diligently, and every rock is not, is turned so that we can look at all the options. Please be a little bit more patient.
In a statement to CTV, the Sisters of the Congregation of Notre Dame said the directors are carrying out their mandate with seriousness and diligence, and the analysis is ongoing. The congregation expects to receive a report from the board of directors in September and to review it. It is too early at this time to discuss the future of the college's location. For its part, Villa Maria School tells CTV it is collaborating with the board of directors to identify a sustainable solution that will secure the long-term future of the institution. While the process is ongoing, the work is progressing well, and we are encouraged by the direction it is taking. The local MNA says Villa Maria is being set up for failure. Previously, the congregation said it wanted to sell, only after the school's lease ends in 2030.
It de facto means that Villa Maria will not be if it's in a position to make a bid in 2030, it will have already wound down here.
McGraw plans to deposit a petition next week at the National Assembly to push for Villa Maria to remain where it's been for nearly 2 centuries. Matt Grillo, CTV News.
The Viger and Ville Marie tunnels will be closed all weekend as crews install the steel framework for the Saint-Urbain overpass. All westbound lanes will be closed from the Panay Street entrance to Lucien Lallier. Eastbound drivers will be forced off at Mountain Street and can re-enter at Panay. Meanwhile, work that was scheduled for the Mercier Bridge is now cancelled because of rain in the forecast. It's a world record that would be etched into a Chateauguay man's body. And you could see it being done at the Montreal Tattoo Show. Christine Long has the story.
Happening this weekend at Le Grand Quai in the Old Port, a convention unlike any other. Tattoos being inked by experts in real time on all sorts of skin.
Yeah, very cool. Action, a lot of people.
These 3 friends from Moncton, New Brunswick came for personalized souvenirs of their Montreal road trip.
Kind of things that I like, that I saw designs and thought they were really cool. It's an expression thing. I think they look cool, so I just slap it on my body, make my grandma a little mad. I just think it's art. It's an expression thing for sure. Yeah, a lot of them that I get have little sentimental meaning.
There's a lineup at Kiosk 11 where Pierre Martel is inviting everyone to add their signature to his body.
Sign on me and it's going to be instantly tattooed right away, and you're going to be part of history.
Martel is aiming to set a new Guinness World Record and needs more than 273 tattooed names. Tattoo artist Sylvie Trigot has planned a swirl of signatures radiating outwards.
The concept of unity, and the flower of life is a sacred geometric figure.
The first to sign were Martel's spouse and daughter.
It's something you wanted to do for a long time, and the project grow and grow, and we're here today for that.
I find it's a big project. I'm very happy for him, and it's going to be a good experience.
SignMySkin.com has updates, and Martel is averaging about 10 tats an hour. He's hoping to break the record by Sunday evening. Christine Long, CTV News.
Still to come, Marie-Philippe Poulin on her latest accomplishment and her future with the Montreal Victoire.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
Increasing number of abandoned buildings.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVMontreal.ca, your home for news.
Marie-Philippe Poulin is about to have another title to her name. She's set to receive an honorary degree from Bishop's University, and she joins us now. Marie-Philippe Poulin, congratulations, your honorary doctorate of civil law. Very impressive. How did you get the news, and what was your reaction?
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, actually, with my coach, Corey. She kind of approached me, and Mr. Fournier at the Bishop University kind of got me in, and obviously I was very surprised when they approached me for that. I never in my wildest dream thought that was going to be a possibility, but pretty awesome to be part of that, and really looking forward tomorrow to meet everybody.
I mean, you mentioned it. You're going to be meeting with the Bishops women's hockey team. It's only been competing for 5 years now, has a national championship under its belt, though. What's it like to see the women's game growing? Because this is a pretty new team that you're going to be meeting with.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see. I think they started at such a great opportunity with coaches and everything, but to see what they've done, like you mentioned last year, they won. I mean, it all started with them. When you're wanting to go to a new school, to accomplish a dream, to go to university. They have a great group there. I know a couple of them, Gabrielle Santerre. So it's been awesome to see them grow, and I'm really looking forward to meet them.
All right, well, if you got the news about your honorary degree just a few weeks ago, it's obviously been pretty busy, winning the Walter Cup. Then you had the parade, you were protected in the expansion, but at the same time, you're also trying to get healthy after that injury. How have you dealt with the ups and downs over the past month or so?
Yeah, it's been quite the year. Obviously, like you mentioned, the Olympics happened, and obviously you come back with the silver. You got to go back to work with La Victoire, but those are the best moments. That's where you learn the most when you go through those moments. You look at yourself in the mirror, you look to your left, to your right. There's people that's going to pick you up in tough moments. So that's really what happened. Coming back to the Olympics, I knew we had a great group. It was not easy sitting down for 10 games before the playoffs. Being away from the team is the hardest, but again, I was willing to get back at it, but that's how you get better. You go back to work, and when you love something, when you're excited to get back at it, you'll do whatever it takes to be there.
Hey, you mentioned, going through the hard times is when you learn the most. What did you learn in the past year or so?
Yeah, that it seemed sometimes impossible to accomplish something. But again, if you stay in the present, you stay where your feet are. Sometimes it's just chipping away one day at a time. Obviously, you have a dream at the end of the tunnel, but it's really sticking to the process. And that's what, honestly, myself, but also the team that I've been part of. It's always one day at a time. You learn so much and go to it. And honestly, when you surround yourself with good people, I've been pretty fortunate my whole career to be surrounded with great people, and that really helped me through it all.
Well, you said at the end of the year press conferences that you have some decisions to make about your future in this league. What are those decisions? Where are you at in that process?
Well, I think to just right now taking care of my knee, honestly, just to see where it's at, and then go from there. Like you mentioned, mentally, physically, it was a hard year, but it's part of it. That's why you train all year long. But again, I'm gonna take care of my body this summer and go from there.
All right, well, we'll end it on a happy note here. I kind of joked with you a little bit earlier. You have your speech all written for the degree for tomorrow?
I do, and I'll be rehearsing tonight, that's for sure.
All right, well, congratulations once again. We appreciate it. And congratulations, too, on the Walter Cup win, the silver medal. I mean, I could keep going. I won't. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Marie-Philippe. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Canada taking on Ireland tonight in a pre-World Cup friendly at Saputo Stadium, and they get on the board first.
This time swept in towards the 6-yard box. It's gone in. Canada with the early advantage from the set piece.
Stephen Estaku takes the corner, and it bounced off an Irish defender to make it 1-0 in the 24th minute. An infraction called just about here, resulting in a penalty kick, and Ireland would tie it up. That is in the 59th minute of the game. Now, Greenfield Park's Maxime Crépeau makes the initial save right there, but the rebound is booted in. Now, late in the game, Crépeau would come up again at point-blank range. He would keep it even, though. This one ends 1-1. A couple of Montreal Canadiens are NHL award winners. Captain Nick Suzuki has won the Selke Trophy, while teammate Cole Caulfield has been awarded the Lady Byng. And the league had the idea of having the players prank each other.
The league, they had an idea about kind of a unique way of revealing the trophies.
Susie is going to present the trophy to Cole, and then we told Cole that he's going to present the trophy to Susie. It was neat. They had no idea.
How does it feel like going to the cover, huh?
Doing a little surprise for Cole, for him winning the Lady Byng.
One of my close friends and captain of the team, Nick Suzuki, is this year's winner of the Selke trophies. Couldn't be more proud of, a guy like that.
The players actually found out they'd won during the team's playoff run against the Buffalo Sabres. During a team meeting, Suzuki surprised Caulfield with his award, and then it was Caulfield's turn. Today, both players said they are very proud to be recognized.
It's obviously cool because you get recognized, I guess, for both sides of play, you know, teammate-wise and, you know, on-ice success. So it obviously means a lot. It's pretty special. And
I feel like there's lots of things to, you know, still work on individually and as a team. And ultimately, you know, you want to be the team still playing and have a chance to win the cup. So I think there's a lot more things that, you know, myself and my teammates can do to, you know, have even better seasons moving forward, which is, you know, exciting for our group.
The Selke Trophy goes to the player voted the league's top defensive forward, and the Lady Byng is awarded to the player who best combines sportsmanship with playing ability. Still to come, a taste of the world at the Olympic Stadium. The First Fridays Festival is back.
Weather brought to you by Gratian Scaff's 50th anniversary gift event. Get a complete second pair and sunglasses as a gift.
Well, it was no shortage of clouds and humidity today, and we are headed towards some more. But first, looking at where we started off, that was already at a temperature of 20 degrees for those of us in the Montreal area. Seeing a similar thing over in Sherbrooke, but feeling warmer with humidity at 23. So that is spot on with our normal daytime high of 23 degrees. We did, of course, move up from there. Checking in with our record high for this day, that's from 1967, same as yesterday, sitting right at 30.6 degrees. But by this time next week, it could feel warmer. But first, what do we have coming our way tonight? Well, we're looking at a warm low of 21. That's along with mostly cloudy skies, some light winds gusting over from the southwest. And by tomorrow morning, we're looking at a wake-up temperature of 19. So cooling down just a bit as some showers start to work their way into our forecast. And by afternoon, we are looking at a potential thunderstorm risk. That would be as we move up to a high of 24 degrees tomorrow afternoon. So what is the timing of this all looking like? Well, for those of us in Montreal, we're seeing the system starting to hit at about 4 on Saturday morning. And from then up until noon, we're looking at some pretty continuous rain. And really, it's not looking like the system will be passing through until early Sunday. So if you are headed out for the weekend, make sure to have, you know, what you need with you in terms of that rain gear. We are looking at an additional 1 millimeter of showers on Sunday. That would be after 25 or 26 on Saturday. But then we're looking at a return to sun and clouds for next week. Also pointing out warm temperatures. So on Tuesday, we're looking at a high of 29, but you want to look at the humidity values here because by Friday, it could be feeling more like 40 degrees with that humidity again coming into play. So reason to have water on standby as well.
And the First Fridays Festival is back for its 15th year. Organizers say between 15 and 18,000 people packed into the Esplanade at the Olympic Stadium. The festival highlights street food, and over 40 food trucks and kiosks were preparing a variety of treats, from Argentinian barbecue to bubble tea. It was inspired by a similar festival in California and gives people the taste of flavors from around the world.
Creating an event that is completely turned like about food, really. 15 years ago didn't really exist. You would always go somewhere and go see a music show or something, and then there would be some food and a couple of bars, etc. But creating something only about street food was new.
I feel like a tourist in my own city, so yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I come every year. I love all the food festivals, so this is one of my favorite.
Can you tell us why?
All the great food, the DJs, the family zone, so fun.
The event continues tomorrow and happens the first weekend of every summer month. Well, that wraps it up for us tonight. For the latest news, you can listen to the Joanne Vrackus Show tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And you can always head to ctvnewsmontreal.ca for more coverage. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening and take care of each other.